We have a special episode today, man. We have cancer survivor in the building. And man, Maryna, should we just
Not
get
just
right into
survivor, thriver.
Yeah, thriver for real.
I guess. Yeah,
Whole
I guess
life
you could say that.
perspective change.
I don't think we were planning on starting there, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take us into it.
Where do we start?
How did you find out?
Yeah, so and I will try not to be as graphic, but it is something that's affecting a lot of younger people these days. So it's becoming more common, and nobody thinks that so I'm 33. I got diagnosed at 30, and that's very, very young. And so the main sign, because people asked, well, did you have tummy issues? Did your stomach hurt? Did you feel bad? No, not at all. Nothing hurt. Everything was great, other than blood in your stool, basically. Consistent. Yeah. And that was the main big sign.
Wow.
And I was like, this has been going on.
So no pain.
No pain, zero. I wasn't losing weight. I wasn't gaining weight. I was training jujitsu, eating fine. Everything was totally fine. Yeah.
So then what happened?
Well, funny. I kind of diagnosed myself because
The
it's
internet?
so hard. Well, yeah. I was like, what am I dying of? No, it's so rare that most doctors, and I don't blame them, they're looking at other things. Could it be an ulcer or hemorrhoid, or, you're so healthy, you just turned 30. And I just said, I don't feel this is not normal for me. I know this isn't right. And you have to trust your body. And I'm like, no, guys, I'm telling you, something is off. This is strange. And I basically went and got a colonoscopy myself. I found one. There's an organization that does cash pay ones where you don't really even need a doctor's referral. And I went and did that. And I paid cash and basically got a colonoscopy 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Wow.
What year was this? 3 years ago, I guess?
Yeah, time flew
Right
by
before
since
COVID,
then.
or was it during COVID?
Well, no, I was doing chemo during COVID, and that's a whole other story. So it was either right before, right in the beginning. It's kind of a blur.
Wait,
Honestly.
what made you think about this? Because if you didn't take that step right on your own, that means you would have went through.
How long were you on the drawing board?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy because listen, if you didn't make that decision to go get your own opinion,
No,
second
I
opinion,
made the decision. I said, no, I don't feel right. I'm going to spend this. It was $1,200. I'm going to spend this and I'm going to go do this. And if it's clear, then okay, I'm out $1,200. But something feels wrong, and you
I got
guys are
chills.
not.
yes,
Yeah.
because think about it. Look at the world. The world changed literally a few months after that. And then what do we see now? We see a lot of cancer patients because of the late screening that they've done during COVID. So that would have been wow.
Yeah.
So what stage were you at?
Yeah, so this is just the craziest thing. I mean, talking about it now, I still can't believe it happened, because where I am now, and I'm thriving, I guess. But I did the colonoscopy 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I told my sister, can you take me, because you're going to be under, you shouldn't drive after. She's like, of course. And I'm like, let's just go and get this done so that I can have a great Thanksgiving and know that I'm clear. And we go in, and I go under, and I remember waking up, and you're still loopy, and I'm laying in the hospital bed, and my sister's sitting next to me, and her face just looks it's an expression I haven't seen on her before. And I'm like, ooh, she's not smiling and dancing and oh, hi, and then the doctor just kind of walks by and, I don't know, says something, I don't remember. And I was so loopy, and I just remember being like, what's happening? What's going on? And she was like, yeah, you have a large tumor. And usually they send it off for testing to be sure, but he straight up was like, she has cancer. There's a large tumor in her colon. I just had to take it out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
is there certain stages? I'm not.
Yeah.
Familiar.
So it was after they did the testing. They sent it to a lab. They test the actual tumor. It was stage 3. So
Holy
stage
hell.
4 is spread, and it's spread everywhere.
Do they know what's the time frame between stage 3 and stage 4? How close were you from utter
real?
disaster?
So there's a lot of technical, scientific way, but so once they actually did this the full so sorry, they didn't take it out during the colonoscopy. It's like
They
way too
just
big.
decided we've got to schedule it to be
Yeah,
removed.
I had to schedule my own surgery, which the first one got canceled because of COVID, and they said the hospital was at capacity, so
Sure.
they canceled my surgery for cancer. And then I had to find another surgeon in another hospital. Once they do the surgery, they take out the tumor, then everything. And so mine was stage 3A. So it like each stage has like 8, so the progression. So mine was 3A, and they checked the lymph nodes affected around the area, because if the cells are infiltrating into the lymph nodes, that's how they get into the bloodstream. And that's how you get stage 4. So then the next is lungs and liver, and then you're basically
Yeah.
cancer spread. And so I think only one of my lymph nodes was affected. So that's why it was 3A, because they took out like 12 lymph nodes around the colon.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
In that moment when they told you had cancer, what was going on in your mind?
Well, in the moment that I
You
found
just
out,
don't know what it means, right?
I have a bachelor's in biology, so before
That was one of the
yeah, so I was always interested in like biology and medicine. So I knew what it meant, but also right after surgery, I was so loopy, and it's just I truly didn't think I had cancer. Like I joked about it when I went in, like, oh my God, guys, what if I have cancer? But I didn't think I actually had cancer, and then I like had cancer, and I don't know how to explain it really. I mean, you guys can try and imagine. You're 30 years old, you have your whole life ahead of you. You're like, oh great, awesome, and then it's like, oh no, you have a huge tumor. Like you actually have cancer, and you're just like, am I dying?
Right.
And you don't know, like because it was large, so I knew it wasn't beginning stages. It wasn't like a polyp, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, like, what would go through your mind?
I put that on my mama. Running through these tags, yo. You need an all black raincoat.